to his account. He didn't know where it came from.
I was right about Brooks. I'm right about Ryan.
He could go to prison.
All right. When this news broke that there was this gambling scandal and that he was involved, did you consider breaking off your engagement?
No, that day was hard, and I felt like Ryan went one way and I went another way, and our phones were blowing up.
Did Ryan say, I'm cooperating with the authorities, I have immunity, don't worry?
Well, this was so long ago. I had already known all that. This had happened almost 7 months prior to that.
He had already been working with the authorities.
Yeah, he had those 2 Zoom calls.
Then why were you surprised when I mentioned the FBI?
Yeah, but then when I was asking Ryan that night...
Because you mentioned the FBI as if Ryan is in trouble with the feds. Ask him how the feds are going. Ryan and his attorney reached out to the feds. The feds never reached out to Ryan. The feds never came to Ryan's home.
Well, they might have had he not cooperated.
I don't know.
In that moment, remember, he was like, I don't know. Maybe she's talking about Matt. Like, as if he had no idea.
As a person of experience, when you're involved in a lawsuit and you're in a reality show and it's ongoing, you're not going to sit there and say, oh, well, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, I want to back up for a minute. Jen, what did you mean when you said you literally it all up?
I knew this article was coming. We were told it was like, we want to mention Ryan's name. Ryan's attorney said, then I want it known that I'm not a bookie and I have no part in this Shohei Ohtani situation. And then so when it came out, I felt like this is on me, because if I wasn't sitting on this couch, he wouldn't have been mentioned. It would have been about Matt and Matt's business.
But Ryan was involved, and that's the reason why they were writing about it, and that's why he was mentioned. I feel badly that you think the reason that he's being implicated is because something you did, and that's not true.
But he is not involved in Matt's bookie business at all. Never has been.
But that's not true, though.
But it is true.
But you can say it's true, but I'm telling you, everything I've read, and I've done as much research as possible to understand it, he is involved, and in order for him to have immunity, that means that he testifies.
There was he never testified.
How did he get immunity, then?
I would think that he's providing information about Matt so that they can prosecute Matt.
That's his best friend.
You said he said everything he knew about it.
But that's how you get immunity.
I don't know where everybody gets that.
Because I'm an attorney, and that's how it works. When you get immunity, it's because you're exchanging.
Right. It's an exchange.
I think you have to volunteer. I think he had to volunteer the account.
It's an exchange of information.
Yes. Here's the account. Have at it. Here's the computer. Here's the account. Here's the phone.
That's all I'm saying.
He submitted whatever he needed to submit to them, and he just agreed.
Can you explain what the dirty business was?
I don't know what dirty. Where's the dirty business?
I can explain.
Yes, please. Can you explain what the dirty business was?
I don't know what dirty. Where's the dirty business?
I can explain.
Yes, please.
Okay, so Ohtani's interpreter has a gambling addiction. He makes all these bets with Matt. Matt is an illegal bookie.
Yes.
So he racked up a ton of debt. So then in order to pay his debts, he stole money out of Ohtani's account. That money went into Ryan's account. It was between 15, 16, 17 million. It was in Ryan's name. Ryan moved the money into marker accounts and casinos, specifically Resorts World and Pechanga. And then he cashed that money in for chips, and that they gambled. And that Ryan and Matt took 32 trips to Vegas between 02 and 03.
I've read 32. I've read 40-some. I've read 16 million.
But the point is,
the reason Matt used that bank account was because he could only bank through a B of A. He did not have a B of A account, so he used that account. When he had no idea it was going to blow up and be an e-pay interpreter, whose money is this? Then when I want to finish, every dollar was accounted for by Matt. Ryan's name was on the account. That was the mistake.
But I get an alert on my phone if I get $10,000 deposited.
Can I tell you why I worry for Jen sometimes? Because Ryan was aware that his friend had an illegal gambling business. Part of that, his friend's thing, was that he was sending these planes and getting these rooms and da-da-da-da-da.
No, that's not how it goes, guys. And I'm sorry.
So why was he getting all these planes? Because he was doing big
his
bets,
bookie business
then
made him a lot of money.
Why did he go to Vegas 32 times between 02 and 03?
Matt went to Vegas all the time.
Why did Ryan go that many times?
Is this okay that she's talking about this?
He has immunity. So he's clearly
Is it- but is it
cooperating
full
with them.
immunity?
Yeah, I don't know.
I get nervous for you because I don't want you on those planes and in those hotel rooms that have anything to do with anything illegal.
What are you over there chiming in? You've got a
She's
lot
not
to say.
saying anything. She didn't say anything.
Yeah, as she shouldn't.
Look, I'm not here to attack Ryan. I'm really not. I don't like to talk about legal things unless I understand what I'm talking about, okay? The two of them were cashing the chips in, that they lost $12 million
And I've read it
gambling.
a million
and
different ways
that's
myself.
How, that was a laundering money. And he said at your party, he goes, this is my money laundering
If
partner.
you know Matt, Matt knows he's being he's like making fun of it. I mean, he's being like dumb as like you're my money launderer.
But he has a criminal enterprise going on, and he says this is my money laundering partner.
But the money never came. The money is not Ryan's.
I know that. I understand that.
The point also is that he's been given immunity. So though he's been mentioned in this case, he is not being charged with
And
anything.
he's not being charged with anything.
Emily, if she is saying that the only part that Ryan had in it is that his name was on an
the
account.
But that's opposite of everything I've read.
Then I'm sorry. I mean, I've read your in-laws fund your whole life.
Look, at the end of the day, I would just have more respect for you and Ryan if you just said to me, you know what, he's made some bad choices, but he's going to be on the
I
straight
don't owe
and
you
narrow.
that because he hasn't. If he did, I'm
How
pretty
is he
sure.
not? Does he
I'm
have a
pretty
mortgage
sure.
license anymore?
I don't. Like you love to do this. I don't
No,
ask
I
you.
just feel like
how many cases does Shane
you
have?
always do
What
this.
does
You
Shane-
always
I don't always do anything.
Yes, you do. You do
I
this
showed up and I do it.
Tammy Wynette thing where you got to stand by your man, and sometimes you just need to be accountable and say, you know what,
I am
you
very
made some
accountable.
bad choices.
I'm very accountable.